Hello, it's Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire. It's Friday. It is, just a minute. Right. It is 11 a.m. Eastern. It's 4 p.m. in the UK and ready to go live on Amazon Live, also live on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you. If you click the link up above, then you'll be able to see and experience Amazon Live. Let's go preview and go live. And we're now going live on Amazon Live. So all is ready. Everything's connected. My phone is reminding me that I am live and we've done everything on time. Everything is connected. So that's if you're out over the garden and you're watching live, and quite a beautiful day as it is too. It's currently 21 degrees outside. And if we go back, you can see that there's a bit of a breeze. It's a gentle breeze. And hello and welcome. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, welcome to the show. Right, in today's show, we're talking about lights, camera, and action. So let's get things underway. And welcome to the broadcast. This is Stephen live from England. And we are talking about lights, camera, and action, which means everything about webcams, about microphones, everything. And just let this run along the bottom. You're watching Stephen live from England. So thank you for watching on Amazon Live. Thank you for watching on Facebook and YouTube. This is the Friday broadcast where we look at the items in the carousel. Now, about the items in the carousel, there are 40 of them. I'll be talking about many of them during this live broadcast, but do feel free to actually sort of, cruise the carousel. If anything takes your interest, you can ask questions about it, or you can simply click the link and get more information. It's basically under your control. I'm happy to be here. I'm one of 6. Wait a minute. The set's moving. Okay, I moved. The set moved. So hopefully, this is going to be fun. I just need to load a piece of software. Just give me a second. I'm going to move that over there. I'm going to load a piece of software in case I need it. This is a live broadcast, and it's trying to keep me in the center of the screen. I wonder how I can affect it. I've got some new software running in the background, and it's automatically keeping me in the center of the screen and making sure I've got headroom. And it's basically doing its own thing. I have no control over what it does. So anything can happen, anything at all. I'll explain more as we go along. Okay, let's go down to the carousel. And the first item in the carousel today is Logitech C920x. Now, this is a camera that I've had. I'm going to show you the camera in a second. If I go to I actually make a list of everything that I need to remember. So we're going to talk about Logitech C920x. Okay. Now, this is, just a minute. I'll show you what I'm doing later, but for the moment, this is, wait for it. This is Logitech C920x, and it's by Logitech. And I've had this camera for the last 7 years. It's a workhorse, and I'm going to tell you a few features of it. But first of all, the X stands for extra, and my plan is to actually show you live what the extra is. Normally I play a video, but today in about 3 or 4 minutes time, I'll show you all about background removal software. That's the theory. Okay, so if you want to know how background removal software works or doesn't work, then you're in the right place. Okay, Logitech C920x, when you take it out of the box, there's a lip there which goes over the back of your monitor or PC, and that's how it sits on your PC. Okay, alternatively, with most cameras now, you'll find a thread in the bottom, and you can actually put this camera onto a tripod simply by screwing in the tripod. Okay, now the camera itself is 1080p and 30 frames per second. Okay, in terms of live broadcasting, I'm broadcasting to you at 720p at the moment, which is DVD quality. 1080p is higher quality than that, and then 4K is somewhere up there. Okay, higher the number, the more pixels there are, and the clearer the picture. And you can see, well, we're going to come on to a 4K camera shortly, but in terms of 1080p, this is the industry standard. Okay, and you can broadcast to Facebook or Twitter or Twitch using this camera. And my background is moving as I move. I'm going to have to keep still. I'm going to show everything on this side of the screen, and then the background won't move. Oh, this is fun. This is great fun. You'll understand why in a minute. Okay, hopefully. So 1080p is high definition, and it is basically what we're all broadcasting, apart from when we're broadcasting to Amazon Live, which is in 720. So this is great for Zoom calls. It's great for Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. It is well, it's an amazing camera. I mean, I've had this for 7 years. So in terms of durability, I think Logitech have got that made. We know that Logitech, Swiss American company, and this is a quality camera. Let's find out a little more, and then I'll give you my live demonstration, which may last, or we'll see how long it lasts. I keep the camera over here though. So there's the camera. Right, it's got clear stereo audio. It's got twin omnidirectional speakers, microphones either side, and it's got the central lens. Now, it does have, in addition, if I go here, I need to load another piece of software and then we'll be complete. So bear with me a moment. I'm just loading a piece of software. This is live, and the fun of live is that things will occasionally go wrong. I'm hoping not too many of them go wrong today, but you never know. So let's hope that this works. Okay, right, I've now switched the light on. Okay, and the thing has gone, everything's changed again. My studio is dynamic. I'm shrinking before your very eyes. Okay, I will explain what's going on, but I'll probably move again. When I switch the light off, it's got, the camera has HD light auto correction, which means that if the light source isn't strong enough, then the camera will adjust. Okay, so auto correction if you don't have sufficiently bright lights. There is a piece of software which is called Logitech Capture. And I'm going to show you Logitech Capture in a moment, but Logitech Capture allows you to take control of the camera, and I'll show you why that is important. Because it looks like I've just got a green screen, but that's not true. We've talked about the low light settings, so it can cope with low light, and it's got a 78-degree field of view. Okay, and things are settling down. The version of the camera that's in the carousel was released 31st March 2020. Okay, this one that I've got is 7 years old. It still works. It lives on my second PC, and it's still, well, it's still very serviceable. Okay, right, now we're going to come to the live bit. Okay, I said earlier that the X stands for extra, and it does. Okay, and the extra is, wait for it, Logitech C920x includes a 3-month license to XSplit Vcam. Now, normally at this point, I would actually play a pre-prepared, pre-recorded video about XSplit Vcam, but I decided today that I'm going to show you live. Okay, it's the first time I've done this, so it's either going to work or it's not going to work. But I'm going to show you what background remove is all about. Now, the camera you're actually watching now isn't this one. It isn't this 920x. It is, in fact, the Logitech Brio. And the Logitech Brio is connected up to the XSplit Vcam software. So the theory is, and this is it's a good theory, that I should be able to show you background removal, what it's all about. And I'm going to start here, and if I go here and here, okay, my background has been removed and it's been replaced by an image. And the image can be one that you've taken. This is a photograph I took with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is in the carousel, which we'll be talking about later. And the photograph itself is of the Courts Garden in Wiltshire. I live in Wiltshire, about 93 miles away from London, and Wiltshire is where you'll find Stonehenge and Avebury and Salisbury Cathedral. Brilliant place to actually visit. But the thing is that I can, because I'm using background removal software, I can change my background. Okay, so now we're in Gloucester in England, and this is Durham Park in Gloucester. It's a deer park, and we visited 2 weeks ago. And again, this photograph was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22. And basically, I've got 5 fingers there. I've got 5 fingers there. In fact, I've got 10 fingers in total. And this is the best background removal software I've found, and you get a 3-month license of it with XSplit. Okay, so how does all this work? First of all, the first thing background removal software does is this is what I look like normally. You know what I look like normally. Then I'm going to remove my background. And that's it. My background is gone. All you've got is me and 10 fingers. And now I can put a background in its place. So I'm going to pick at random a background. Okay. And after a second or two, I'm back. Okay, so I'm in England. Okay, and to let you know I'm in England, this is London Bridge, and I've got a series of photographs which tell you more about where I am. Now, the thing about using background removal software is it helps you tell a story. So I could start telling stories about London. And just a reminder, the reason I'm showing you all this is because the Logitech C920x includes a 3-month license to the software that I'm actually showing you. And I love background removal software because I can, at the flick of a button, actually change the way I look. Okay, I've got a series of preset images, and I can quite simply go to France, go to Germany, go abstract, and you see how quickly the background is actually changing. So with background removal software, you can actually tell stories and you can be anywhere. Okay, now this next bit may or may not work. So let me find the one I'm looking for, which is somewhere down the list here, and it's this one. So my fingers are crossed on this one. Okay, because not only can you have images, now I've got images that you've seen which I took with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I've also got images from Unsplash, which I'll come on into a moment, but I can actually play background video that's on YouTube. So let's go for it. You just have to wait a second or two while things sort themselves out. And I've got a comment coming in from Josh, and Josh is saying, love this. Thank you, Josh. Brilliant. Okay, so just let me go in my studio and click there. And thank you for the comment on Amazon. Thank you for joining me. But the thing is that this video behind me is on YouTube, and it's now playing without any sound whatsoever. Okay, you can play any YouTube video, providing it's public and providing the person who put the video there has allowed it to be played outside YouTube. And that's got to be, yeah. If you try a video on YouTube and it doesn't work, there's nothing that we can do about it. Yeah, nothing at all. All we can do is move on to the next video because we're reliant on the video being public and on the person who put it there actually giving us permission to use it outside YouTube. So that said, you can play any music, any video in the background, but don't. The videos actually play without any music. So there's no music copyright problem, but I think it's only fair that If you use your own video, there's not a problem. If you use somebody else's video, then I would ask permission first. Okay, and if you use your own photographs, again, there is no problem at all. I'll go over here to one of my favorite photographs. So behind me is Durham Park. Now, with the latest release, I'm just going to go into edit mode. Okay, on the one I got selected. I can actually zoom in the background. So I can bring the background closer. Yeah, you notice how the background is getting closer to me, and I can reset back to what it was originally. Okay, I can move the background to one side, and I can reset. I can, if I wanted to, I'm just showing off here. I can flip the background. Now it's no use here, but it is useful to be able to do that. I can change the brightness of the image, okay, and I can change the contrast on the image. So I can edit any background and make it my own. Okay, so let's go here, and this works well as a background image. Yeah, it's a bit disorientating, but the point I'm making here is that you can have endless hours of purposeful fun by using XSplit Vcam. And the reminder is that the webcam down the carousel, Logitech C920x, has a 3-month license to XSplit. So my fun is over, and I'm going to go back to here and go back to the original. Okay, so you can have a great deal of fun with background removal, and it can help you tell your stories. It's just the best there is. XSplit Vcam I've been using since January 2019. It is the best that I've found in terms of a Windows program. Okay, so it's Windows only. I must say that now. But background, now I'm going to be using the backgrounds throughout this broadcast, and it all comes back to XSplit Vcam. Okay, 3 months license with this camera. I need to go this side, otherwise everything's going to get messed up. That's it. So let's just recap on Logitech C920x. X stands for extra. The extra is 3-month license to XSplit Vcam. It's 1080p, which is industry standard. I'm broadcasting to you in 720 at the moment. Okay, just a note, you'll notice that my hair is blowing in the breeze. Well, obviously, there is a slight breeze outside. I can show you a slight breeze. There is a slight breeze outside. If I stood outside, my hair would be blowing in the wind, but I'm not actually stood outside. So the thing to do when you're actually choosing a background photograph, don't have one which is light at the top. It's much better if you have a photograph which is darker at the top. Okay, that works a lot better because my hair now is not blowing. In fact, the darker it is at the top, the better. Okay, so if I go here, I go over to the trend tracks. Yeah, you see the difference. Okay, so full 1080p works well on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Zoom. This is the ideal first camera for somebody. It's the ideal present. The ideal present for yourself, for anybody who's starting out on Zoom. Yeah, I can even blur the background. Let's try this. I can blur the background. I'll probably lock the computer up now. Okay, I'm not going to do that because takes processing power, and as I'm broadcasting live at the moment, that is definitely not the way to go. So let's come back to the original me. It is the ideal first camera, Logitech C920x down in the carousel. Okay, so let me put this back in its place. I'm going to try and be tidy today. Normally, things do get a bit confused. Okay, but I think we're okay at the moment. Just a reminder, if you just joined me, I'd like to say thank you for joining me. And you are watching, if I go here, your host is Stephen, live from England. We're talking about live broadcasting, Logitech Brio and Samsung S22 mobile we're going to cover. Thank you for watching and spending part of your day with me. And if you've got any questions about anything in the carousel or about live broadcasting in general, then please do ask. Okay, and I've got a comment coming in. So if I take that off screen, and John, wait a minute, John was saying he loved the demonstration. Thank you. And Corinda, my good friend from London, has joined us, and he's saying hello. Hello, Corinda. And Corinda again, is summer over? No, summer is not over. It's 20. Alexa, what is the temperature?
At the moment, it's 21 degrees Celsius. Tonight, you can expect a low of 12 degrees.
Right. So we're still in summer, Corinda, officially. And the weather is good as well. Greetings from Washington State in the USA. Hello to Guy. And Guy's a good friend of long standing, and he and I get on well. And on Facebook, no. I'll wait for that to come through. Just a minute. On Facebook, no carousel. No, there will never be a right. Okay, let's just run through this. On the posts on Facebook and YouTube, there is a link in the text at the top that takes you to Amazon Live. And thank you to everybody who's watching Amazon Live. The only way you can actually watch the carousel is on Amazon Live. Yeah, this is basically an Amazon Live presentation on Amazon Live. Yeah, I put posts on Facebook and YouTube so that people are not there can actually watch it. But if you actually want to see the carousel, you just need to click the link up above, Guy, and it will take you straight there. There will never be, well, never say never, but I don't think there's going to be an Amazon Live carousel on Facebook or on YouTube, despite the fact that Facebook have given up live selling. I don't see that sort of cooperation happening between major social networks. And the basic premise of an Amazon Live is that I'm broadcasting an Amazon Live, one of 6 Englishmen to do so. I'm broadcasting an Amazon Live so that I can help people on Amazon Live. Yeah? The whole thing is about providing assistance to people watching live on Amazon Live. That's the whole premise of this. Yeah, the YouTube and Facebook broadcasts are basically just an extension. Yeah, the full experience. The link's up in the carousel, up in the text, and just click that link. You could be over on Amazon Live on the correct page, and you'll be able to see all the comments there. I'm just checking in on Amazon Live to make sure everything's okay, because I'm still running. You know, from time to time, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to go and have a background. Okay, and that's courtesy of XSplit Webcam. Okay, now, as I said, pictures that are light at the top don't work as well. So you need, let's go to Rome. Okay, here's a picture of the Colosseum in Rome. Here's a picture of a town in Germany. And again, it's light at the top, but it's not too bad. Okay, now if I notice a lag, then I'll stop using the software. But for the moment, all is good. All is good. We should be able to go for at least an hour using the background removal software. And I can show you different images as we talk about items in the carousel. If you want to know how I'm doing this, then if you go to YouTube after this broadcast, then you'll find videos about XSplit Webcam, and you'll find out how it works. And just as a note, before we move on, the camera in the carousel at the moment at $69.99 includes 3-month license to this software, and everything that I'm showing you in terms of backgrounds is freely available. I've not paid for any of these backgrounds. Okay, and let's come back to wonderful Wiltshire. and back to the quartz garden. And this was when we were in the quartz garden about a week ago. And over to Guy again, who's made it over to Amazon. Now on Amazon, email to show you that the link isn't there in Facebook. Okay, it should be. I'll check afterwards, Guy. It's sometimes what happens is that the software misposts to Facebook. It should have a text about 10 lines long, but sometimes it doesn't. But thank you for the heads up. I will look into it after this broadcast. Okay, and thank you for joining on Amazon. So now you've got the full experience. You can see the carousel. So when I go to the next item in the carousel, Guy, straight away, you know, I'm talking about the Samsung Galaxy S22, and both Guy and I own a Samsung Galaxy S22. I'll tell you a bit more about it now. Let's go for the Samsung Galaxy S22. It's in the carousel now, and I'll take Guy's comment off. It's in the carousel now, and it is today. It is 8% off, so you're saving $100 today. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll save yourself $100 on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now, the thing I do need to do is, in order to show, I'll explain. I've never been able to explain why I can't use green screen for demonstrations, so I'm going to do it now. I'm going to show you the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and you can see the beautiful picture of the quartz garden behind me. And I'm going to pick the phone up and I'm going to show it on screen, and you will see what happens. If I put the phone there, you can see it. If I put the phone over here, then it's going to sometimes get lost in, there you are, that's an example. It's actually lost in the background. So I can't show product. And Guy's saying about the phone that's in my hand, which you can't quite see at the moment, it's the best Android he's had since 2000. Absolutely brilliant. I totally agree, Guy. This is an awesome phone. So I can't show you product with a green screen. What I have to do is to take the green screen off, and then you can see the phone properly. Okay, so that's why. That's exactly why you can't use a green screen when demonstrating products, because the product disappears. Okay, now this is the said Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. Its full title is that. Now, I have here the 256 gigabyte version with 8K camera and video. Guy has the 512 gigabyte version with 8K video and images. It's got the brightest display that Samsung have ever done, and they've said that, so I can repeat it. I can sit outside. Let's just go there. I can sit outside. Believe you me, it is sunny. It was sunny earlier today. I can sit outside in the sun, and that's my neighbour's back gardens. I can sit outside in the sun, and I can read the display. No problem at all. I can just go through, and I'm down to there. Now, do you remember the Samsung Galaxy Note? Okay, now the Samsung Galaxy Note had something which just disappeared, and that is this. Okay, the S Pen is back, and S Pen is wonderful. Obviously, it can do things, and I'm just going to try and do this. I've been practicing for a couple of weeks now, so you should be able to read this. Yeah, I've just written that. Okay, there are 7 applications on the phone which use the S Pen directly. In addition to that, you can get plenty of Android apps, because this is Guy's favorite Android phone since 2000. You can get an app for everything. Okay, almost. But you can use the S Pen. You can use the S Pen. If I go here and I just remove that, and I'm just left with that. To Guy. And Guy is saying best Android, and then the next comment from Guy. Guy, thank you for Order is ready for pickup at the hardware store. Going now. It's nearly 80 degrees Fahrenheit now with 104 forecast for today. You see, that's it. You're 5 hours ahead of me. I can tell you here it's 21 degrees Celsius. Alexa, what is 21 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
21 degrees Celsius is 69.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, for a comparison, Guy, at just a minute, 4:30, it's whatever Alexa just said. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Have a good day. Brilliant. Okay. Now, it's got the brightest display that Samsung have ever done. And I can attest to that because I'm able to read this in bright sunlight. My old phone, there's no way I could read it in bright sunlight, but now I can. And Guy is saying, cheers. Cheers, Guy. Have a great weekend. And cheerio. I'll see you next week. Take care. Okay, so as far as the display is concerned, if I go here and I go here, just a minute, just want to turn something down, and I go here and hopefully go here. Okay, as Guy just intimated, we're actually live on Facebook at the moment, as well as being live on YouTube, but most especially on Amazon Live. And this here is the screen display on Amazon Live. Yeah, now the quality of the display, this is the live video feed that's going on Facebook and Amazon at the same time. And the quality of the display is just so good. It is quality display. And we say hello to Nick Wood. Good afternoon, Nick. Nick and I will be live 11 a.m. Eastern on Monday. Nick's a good friend, fellow Amazon Live insider and broadcaster. Lives in the south of England. Don't hold that against him, though. And we get on famously. And he and I will be live next Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern, with the movie quiz, which is, well, where you can help us. If you know your movies, we'll be doing a movie quiz, which is 10 questions, multiple choice, and you can actually help us answer them. Now, this week, we got 7 out of 10. So we do need your help. If you can join us on Monday at 11 a.m. and you want to get into quizzes, then please do join. And over to Corinda. Is the comment working in the live studio? It would appear so, Corinda, because I've been showing Guy's comments. And Corinda is saying hello to Nick. I love it when people actually chat in the... yeah, and we sure will. We'll be here on Monday at 11 a.m. Nothing's going to stop us. And over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, yeah. Okay, brilliant. Okay, now, so that's me live. Okay, now there is a delay between my being live in the studio and my being live outside, 20-second delay. Never, ever watch yourself live because it just doesn't work. And a comment coming in, my hands are here. Comment's going to come in 3, 2, 1. Why my God, I don't know. I don't know, Corinda. I sometimes get Corinda saying he's posted on Amazon and it's saying that he's giving the Be Live logo or his own logo, or he just gets confused, Corinda. Nothing is perfect. Remember that. Okay. This is not television. Okay. This is not television. This is live broadcasting. The thing about live broadcasting is it ain't perfect. Things are going to go wrong. Okay. Either on my side or on, well, the fact that I can do this is astonishing because I'm sat here in wonderful Wiltshire in England, and this is the views out of my window, live video feed, and we may see butterflies, we may see birds, we may see the neighbours. And it's just, I'm broadcasting out to Amazon Live, I'm broadcasting to YouTube and Facebook, and it's just absolutely magical. Okay, where were we? Okay, so we just talked about the S Pen. That's where we were. Just a minute. Let me get back. Okay, so I've locked my phone. No, I haven't. Okay, so I'm still there. The other thing about the S Pen is that it has air gestures. So in actual fact, you can set up to take a photograph here, and just let me try and do that. I'm going to regret this, I know, but I'm going to try anyway. Yeah. If I set up to take a photograph, just a minute, I need to uncover the lenses. If I set up to take a photograph, that's a photograph of me on screen now, then I could use an air gesture to actually take the photograph. Okay. The Samsung Galaxy S is, if you wonder what we're talking about the item down the carousel, which is Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is the best phone that Samsung have ever produced. And that's according to me and to Guy. Let's go to Corinda. And I'm going to come back to what I want to say in a minute. I don't know about Smart Task. I'm not into Smart Task, Corinda. I don't know anybody who is. Okay, so my apologies for that. See, if I don't know anything, then I'm going to say. Okay, so that's the S Pen. The phone has a long battery life, and I'm just going to go there for a moment. That probably took a photograph. Has a long battery life, and we're going to talk about charging in a moment. Now, it has 8K super steady video. Now, I'm broadcasting in 720 1080 today, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the opportunity, if I can find it, to show you a little video. Now, this video that I'm about to show you, just a minute. This video was taken with, so this is an actual, I mean, I can talk about this phone. I can go like that, but I'm going to play you a video now. And this video was shot with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and it is the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. And I was using a gimbal, which we'll come on to in a moment, but just look at the quality of this video. Now, I've had to step down the quality of it in order to show it. This video is on YouTube. If you want to see the full video, then you can hop over to YouTube. Not now, though. I'm going to show you the video. Hang on, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Enjoy the video. The Quartz Garden, and just had lunch. And the thing about the Quartz Garden is it's a beautiful place to actually stroll around and just enjoy the gardens. So I'm just going to walk around, and I am using my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and my new DJI OM5 gimbal. I've got the internal microphone on the Samsung, so no external mic. I'll try an external mic next time, but it's just so beautiful today. It's about 28 degrees, and I'm just going to try something here, because if I do this, I should be able to change the view. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to come down again. It's actually stuck, isn't it? Wait a minute. Let's adjust this. This is just a trial. Okay, so I'm going to go like that, or like that, or like that. I've got to be able to see what's on the screen, so I can see what's on the screen. And just wondering how steady this is. This is better than actually holding the phone. It's a lot easier to actually grip the gimbal than it is to actually grip the phone, so this is a win. But there's so many things this gimbal can do, and I really haven't learnt half of them, or even a quarter of them. But let's look at the borders, and there are people here today. Car park was full, but I don't think everybody actually came over here. But there's just flowers here in full bloom. We are at the beginning of August, first week in August, and the grounds here are just absolutely stunning. Now, the other thing that's important this year is that I've got my new eyes. which means that this year I can actually see clearly where I'm going. That's the entrance over there, where you come in, and then you led into the gardens. There's a cafe just around the corner, and everywhere there are places to actually sit down. Angelica's sat down at the moment while I'm taking this video. But if I try and walk a bit faster, the other thing that they said is that you can use this gimbal as a stand, and if you get the Mimo software, it will actually track you. I'm going to put that one to the test, but for today we're just checking the stability and the beauty, which is Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. And I'm just trying to find a path which nobody else is taking. Shall we go across here? Okay, so I'm going to go across here. I might come back again in a minute, but see what's through here. And there's nobody. Secret passage. Let's go back again. That's pretty close to what I've got in XSplit. Okay, so that's what you've been looking at, which is the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. And hopefully you can hear me. Just let me do a sound check. Just switch my phone on. Okay, and I just need to go to Facebook. And hopefully if we look at Facebook, okay, and I'm going to turn the sound up. This is a sound check. Okay, and there's the video playing. And as I said, it's pretty close to what I've got in XSplit. Now, the reason for my doing that, just a minute, let me turn the sound down. Which is the Quartz Garden sound. Right, okay, so I've turned the sound down. I always make sure that after I've just played a short video that you can still hear me. So that's what I was doing there. The other thing I need to do now is to actually switch back to no background and my green screen, and we can carry on. So that's the quality of the video. That's 8K video. Now I had to step it down from 8K to 1K to actually show it to you. So that is not the glorious 8K video. It's a representation of it. Understand that? Hopefully. And I'm going to go back up here, and we've got to yeah. So that is the video. You've seen the video, seen how steady it was. And nightography. Nightography is a feature of this phone. Yeah. And nightography, incredibly, is taking photos at night. Yeah. But the thing about the Samsung phone is the photographs that it takes look like daylight. Yeah. There's just incredible quality. And I'm going to show you some of those before we finish the Galaxy S22. Okay. Now, cameras, lenses. The lens on the back is 108 megapixels. You've got a 3x zoom and a 10x zoom. It's got an adaptive color display, adaptive color contrast, so it works in bright sunlight. It's got a long-lasting battery and fast charging. Now, for fast charging, you do need a brick, in other words, a charger, and that is down in the carousel. This comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable. If you can use that, all well and good. If not, if you want the faster charging, then do get a special plug, which is down the carousel. I let this run down to 0 just as a test, you understand? And I charged the phone up to 100% inside an hour. So fast charging. It's got the embedded S Pen. Do you remember I talked about the S Pen a minute ago? The S Pen lives in there. But if I take the phone into another room and leave the S Pen behind, then I get a warning on the phone. It says, Stephen, you left your S Pen behind, which is quite handy, really. Just little things, but it's little things that count. The phone itself is unlocked by Samsung, so you can go to your favorite carrier, you can get SIM cards. Now, the phone is dual SIM, so you can have two SIM cards, 2 phone numbers, the ability to call out on either of those phones. You can set a default. and you can switch between them, just a couple of clicks and you're there. You can send and receive text on them as well. Okay, so it's unlocked by Samsung, so there's no rigmarole. It's a good word, isn't it? Rigmarole. There's no process to go through. It is 6.8 inches deep, and it has a WQHD edge screen. Okay, so it's a beautiful, high quality display. Charging wise, it's 5,000 milliamps at 45 watts, or if you've got a wireless charger, 15 watts. Now it will take longer, but it will recharge your phone. The rear camera, 108 megapixel, front camera is 40 megapixel. The phone itself was released on February. So that's an OBSBot with my friend Dr. ELO. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to see the OBSBot later. It's a camera, by the way. Okay, now, so it's released February 9th, 2022. This is the flagship phone. This is the best that Samsung ever done, and we have that from Guy, Guy's saying it's the best Android phone he's had since 2000. If I can find it. Okay, so let's just come to Guy. He was there. Right, okay, and you're saying the temperature here is 69. Guy has got a temperature of 80, and he's saying cheerio. So thank you for the input, Guy, and thank you for posting Amazon. If you've got any questions at all or any comments, then do post on Amazon. I can show your comments in the screen. If you're logged in, I'll be able to show you a picture. If not, I can just show your name and the comment that you've made. And basically, as you've seen, with Guy commenting and Nick and Corinda, yep, then, you know, just if you want to ask a question, please do. Okay, so the other thing that this camera is good at, if I can find it, just give me a second. I'm going to go over here just a sec. Okay, it's taking photographs. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, and what we're going to look at, you can still hear me hopefully, and for this I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, so we've watched the video, so I can hide the video. I can hide that video. Okay, I can switch my second camera off, and we should be, if I switch this camera on, just a reminder, you're watching lights, camera, action, webcams, microphones, audio gear, live video, and Fitbits broadcasting from BeLive. Okay, so I can hide that as well now. And I can now go picture in picture. That's probably better. I actually go this way around. Nope. Try here. No. Remember, this video is live. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, we're still on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I'm going to show you 2 or 3 photographs taken with it. We went to Birdland, which is in Bourton-on-the-Water, in the Cotswolds in England, and I was able to take a photograph of the flamingos, but I was able, because I can zoom in with the camera, I was able to get nearer to the flamingos, and this is the shot that I got. The quality of the images that come from the Samsung Galaxy S22 is just so good. In addition to flamingos, there were penguins, and this is 2 hours before feeding time, and the penguins are just having a sleep. One of them's awake, but 5 are asleep. And I was about 30 foot away, and I just was able to zoom in using the camera. Right, this is my partner, Angelica, who now appears in every live broadcast I do on Amazon. She's actually teaching German at the moment. Okay. So brilliant photograph. And then we have, Angelica and I have a wild garden. That's how it started out. And this is basically how it looked a week ago. And the story behind this is that there used to be a tree there which was diseased and had to be removed. And then Angelica had been collecting wildflower seeds for quite a while, and they come in white packets. Doesn't say what's in the packet sometimes. So Angelica poured all the seeds into a biscuit tin and then just scattered the contents of the biscuit tin on the ground, and that resulted in our wild garden. And we've got a campaign in the UK which is bee friendly, so be friendly to bees, and that's what we are doing. And it's amazing the number of bees and wasps and butterflies that have actually visited the garden just because we've got the wildflowers. This is the Crammer, which is close to us, and I just love it. It's on the top left-hand corner is the top left tree. Behind that is St James's Church, which is our local church. Okay, so I'm going to hide that. We should come back to me. Okay, and we're going to move on now. That's the basic information about Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is here. Okay, it's the best phone I ever had. It's the best phone that Guy's ever had. So if you're looking for a flagship phone and you want to be ahead of the game, then the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is a contender. Now, also down the carousel, let's just move on just a little bit further over here. Down in the carousel at the moment is, if I take that off, one of the first things that we do when we get a new phone is get a case for it. I got the Nilkin case, which is down the carousel. This case is made specifically for the Samsung Galaxy S22. If you click link in the carousel, you'll find the other cases that they make, which are phone specific. It's got 4 reinforced corners, okay, which is important. It has a lens cover on the back. It fits the phone like a glove, and all the cutouts along the bottom edge are perfect. Yeah, so it is a high quality case to go with a high quality phone. As I say, if you click link in the carousel, you'll find more of the products from Nilkin. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. If I go over here and I go here, okay, you can now see my desktop. And I just want to do one thing, which is this. Okay, right, you can now see my desktop. This is live, by the way. Okay, so there's the C920x we saw earlier. Next to it is the 4-way USB from Anker that allows me to have 2 cameras and 2 microphones connected. We've got the Echo Dot. Angelica's got version 4. I've got version 3. We've got the TP-Link Deco Wi-Fi, which I'm actually broadcasting on now. And in addition, Angelica is teaching German at the moment. Then we've got the Aftershocks headphones, which again are down in the carousel. Then we've got the Treblab X3 Pro earbuds, which I'll talk about. But what I want to talk about now is, I'm just going to do this. I just need to make a change. Okay. I'll come back to me and I'll show you. I'm going to show you this. Okay. I'm just going to go back a bit. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen to the screen. Anything can happen. But this is a Lamical stand, which is down in the carousel at the moment. And the stand itself, you can adjust the angle there, and you can adjust the height there, okay? And it just sticks wherever you want it to. Now, I love the design of Lamical products. I've been buying Lamical products for the last 3 years. This particular stand was supplied to me by Lamical. And the thing is, it takes larger phones, yeah? And it means that I can use the S Pen. So let's have a look at it in play. So go over here, put the stand back, and there you have it. You can actually put the phone on the stand and you can use it from there, get it centered, that's better. So that's the Lamical stand down in the carousel at the moment. It's great for larger phones. It really is. And the image that you've got there, courtesy of my good friend Dr. Elo, who is also an Amazon insider and broadcaster. That is the Oldsworth camera, which we'll be coming to shortly. Back to me. Okay, now, if you weren't here earlier, I can do this. Okay, so I'm using background removal software today. It's background removal software day. It means that I can change my background. These are photographs that I took, and we're going to stick with this one for the moment. Okay, the background system I'm using is XSplit, XSPLIT VCam. Okay, so we're using that background removal software. The phone stand that I just showed you is today 23% off. It's this stand, that stand, $19.99 today, as opposed to $23.99, I think. Now, all the discounts are available whilst I'm live. So if you want to take a look at an item, just press the link in the carousel and you'll be taken direct to the standard Amazon.com page, and you can find out more information. And if you decide to buy, that's where you buy. Okay, now, I am one of over 2,000 Amazon live broadcasters. We don't work for Amazon, we're independent, and it's a win-win situation. I really enjoy being here and talking to you today. I'm willing to answer questions, and I'm here to demonstrate the products too. Now, the products in the carousel, there are 40 of them. I own 75% of them. So when I talk about them, I'm talking about them because I bought them and because I use them regularly. Okay, right. And I'm going to demonstrate another product in a minute. So what I need to do now is just switch my background. This is what I look like normally. This is a green screen behind me. If you're looking for a green screen, you'll find the Logitech green screen down in the carousel. Yeah, and it's double-sided. Let's just go there. Okay, if you want to know about the green screen behind me, it is the Logitech green screen. It's reversible. So this side is green, the other side is blue. It is transportable. You can take it anywhere. It's scrunchable. You can just scrunch it, fold it, put it into its carrying case, and you can use it anywhere then. Okay, so it's totally transportable. And it's, if you're going to do background removal like this, then you do need a green screen. You can't do background removal like this unless you have a green screen. Yeah, you can do background removal, which is okay, but if you want background removal which is near perfect, then you do need a green screen. And the one that I'm using today, well, the one that I use all the time, is the Logitech green screen, which is down in the carousel. Okay, thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. I do really appreciate it. And let's go back to the beginning of the carousel. So far we've looked at the Logitech C920x, which is $69.99. We've looked at the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is on discount today, and it is, just a minute, excuse me, 8% off. Okay, so you get 8% off today. The next item that we're looking at, right, have we done the Logitech Brio yet? I don't think we have. We haven't. And Logitech Brio, actually, the thing about the Logitech Brio is that you're actually watching it now. I'm broadcasting using the Logitech Brio. So let's go back to my notes again, go back here and go to Logitech Brio webcam. So this is Logitech Brio 4K webcam, which you're watching now. Okay, and you can't have better testament to the quality than you're actually watching it. If there is a slight lag, that's due to the software I'm using, but I think we're okay at the moment. Logitech Brio, I got Logitech Brio because I am interested in 4K. 4K is the future. One day we will all broadcast in 4K, and the quality difference is astounding. Now, if you get a Logitech Brio 4K camera today, get it sent to you by Amazon, then if you download OBS, or if you've got OBS, You add the camera to OBS, you set the destination to YouTube, you set the resolution to 4K, you can broadcast live to YouTube in 4K. And the quality difference between 720, 1080 and 4K is astounding. Yeah, you'll be blown away. I was blown away. I mean, basically reboot machine, start OBS, add the camera, destination YouTube, 4K, and that's it. And not only can you broadcast in 4K, I'm getting carried away here, I'm so excited. Not only can you broadcast in 4K, people can watch the replay in 4K as well. So 4K is cutting edge, okay? And we're going to prove that in a moment, but 4K is cutting edge. If you get yourself a 4K camera today, then you're future-proofing yourself, because down the road, everybody is going to have a 4K camera. That's the way we're headed. Now, technically, as far as the software houses are concerned, and I've spoken to BeLive, because I'm broadcasting from BeLive today, wherever you see this logo is BeLive, that one. And I actually work for BeLive, but I've spoken to the technical people at BeLive, and there's no technical problem to actually broadcast in 4K. What we actually do need is an improved internet. Yeah. Once we've got improved internet, everybody's got fast internet, then we can broadcast in 4K. Not at the moment though. But you can use OBS, which is an external program, and you can broadcast to YouTube. Right, the camera you're looking at, just to sort of emphasize the point, is Ultra 4K HD video. So this is genuine 4K. It has a noise cancelling microphone. Now this is pretty important. It's been pretty hot in the UK recently. We've been mid-90s, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which we don't do well. We don't do high temperatures at all. And only 5% of the population have aircon. Aircon is not a thing in the UK, because until now, it ain't been hot. So we haven't needed it. But looking forward, we might. But my point about this is that I had the window open, and my neighbour had his window open, and my neighbour was fitting a new bathroom. So also, I could, in my office now, then I could hear all sorts of noises. I could hear the drilling. I could hear the banging of that, all sorts of noises. And I've been broadcasting all week, and people watching my live broadcast haven't heard a thing because of the noise cancelling microphone, because it cuts out all background noise. The only thing that makes it through is your voice. To give you an example, a more, I mean, you don't have workmen, I know, more rational example. If you are broadcasting live on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and your dog barks, if you have a noise cancelling microphone, the only person hear the dog is you. That's what a noise cancelling mic does. It cuts out everything apart from your voice. It's got HD light auto correction. Now, if I switch my light, I was going to switch my light on first. Okay, so this is me with the light on. If I switch the light off, you'll see that I actually go darker, and the camera, which is up above me on my BenQ monitor, is actually compensating high definition auto light correction. So you can still see me, even though my light is off. And I'm going to put my light back on. Okay, it's got a wide field of view. Back to the Samsung again. And it seems crazy to actually use this to actually demonstrate what a field of view is, but it's the nearest prop I've got. 90-degree field of view. So that's the angle, and you can carve an arc around there. So that's its field of view. That's the standard field of view. And that means that you can go 90 degrees, 70, 78 degrees, or 65. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. I'm going to give you a demonstration in 2 minutes' time of the software you can use to control your Logitech camera. Okay. Just to emphasize, the Brio is 4 times the resolution of a typical HD webcam. And the light adjustment we're just talking about is called right light. Now, this is what I mentioned a moment ago, that the Brio has a 90-degree field of view, which is pretty good. Okay. But what does that mean? Okay, let's take the logo off. and I'm got on a, I don't want a logo, so I'm going to take that off. Okay. So here I am. I'm sat in front of a green screen. This is how I want you to see me. But am I? Am I sat in front of a green screen is the question. Well, you're going to say, yes, you are sat in front of a green screen. And I'm going to take that off screen. Okay. Now I've got software. Every time you buy a camera, microphone, any piece of kit, get the software. There is software for Logitech cameras, which is called, just a minute, Logitech Capture. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully this will work. Okay, we've got that many things going on today that anything is possible. But if I go there and there, I'm going to bring into the screen now here. This is Logitech Capture software. And if I go over here and I take the full screen off, then you've got us both on screen. I want to go there, but I actually want to put my studio into widescreen. So give me a second. So I'm going to go widescreen. Okay. Okay. So we're both widescreen. Now, if we go side by side, you can see that with the software, I'm controlling the software now. So I can go down, I can go up, I can go left, I can go right. I can zoom. I'll come back to that in a moment. Also with the software, I can adjust the brightness, take it back to 50%. Okay. I can adjust the color. I can adjust the white balance. I can go brighter red. Okay, so if I switch that on, that totally changes the colorways. I'm going to go back, switch that off. Right, but here's the kicker, as they say. I am in front of a green screen. That's not debatable, but I am not, it's not exactly true. If I zoom out again and I go to, just a minute, I go to 90 degrees. Okay, oh, it's not letting me, just a minute. Just a minute, I need to make, I knew it'd catch me out, just a minute. Okay. That demonstration, I had to turn some software off. Okay, this is Logitech Capture, and basically, this is my office. This is what my office looks like. You've got the books on one side, you've got the Samsung all-in-one PC on the other, and this is, just a minute, this is the camera's default settings. And if you don't download the software, this is how you're going to look on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. This is the natural look. If you want to take control of it, then download Logitech Capture software, and then I can click 3 buttons. 1, 2, 3. And I'm now back to where I want to be. And that's all down to Logitech Capture. So do get the software to actually go with the camera. It makes sense. Yeah. Okay, now, so that basically we're talking there about the Logitech Brio camera, which is on discount today. It is, just a minute, bit of technical assistance. It is 33% off. It's $134.12 today. Okay, and the next item. Okay, now the next item down the carousel is my best multifunction camera. If I go here, and I'm just going to hide that, I'm going to go here. You can see that that's my desktop, and the camera that's showing my desktop is the Oldsworth Tiny, Oldsworth 4K. And the Oldsworth 4K is an amazing camera because the Oldsworth 4K has 3 presets. This is the shot that started the show, looking out over the garden. Then there's the shot of the desktop, and then there's a shot of me. So there are 3 presets on the camera, which means that you can switch from 1 to 2 to 3 and back. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the main features of the Oldsworth camera. Okay, so let's go down to Oldsworth Tiny 4K, and we're talking about, I need to take that off first. We're talking about the Oldsworth Tiny 4K PTZ camera, which is down the carousel. It's $269, and I'm going to explain why. Because this is a special camera. It's got AI-powered framing and autofocus, which I'll explain in a moment. It's got 4K video conference camera. Again, I'm going to stand up and explain that. And it's got dual omnidirectional microphones. Okay, so it picks up all the sounds, but it's got auto tracking. Okay, and low light compensation. If I switch my light off, then the camera will compensate and you can still see me. Switch the light back on, camera doesn't have to do anything. Okay, so that's the low light correction. And yeah, in terms of mounting the camera, I'll come to in a second, but the camera's got AI tracking, and you can ask it to track you, and you can ask it to stop tracking you. Okay, magical gesture control. You can ask it to zoom in, you can ask it to zoom out. The Oldsworth 4K has got four times zoom, and it's a 4K camera. So again, you can use OBS and YouTube, and you can broadcast OBS and YouTube and your camera. Change the resolution to 4K, and you're broadcasting live in 4K. People can watch the replay in 4K. So it's got magical gesture control. We're talking about, if you just joined us, I'd like to say thank you. We're talking about the Oldsworth Tiny PTZ camera. And if you want to know what it looks like, just a minute. That's what it looks like. It's actually on my Samsung Galaxy S22 at the moment. So there you are. And that's courtesy of Ephraim, my good friend. So, carrying on. Okay. Dual omnidirectional microphones with noise reduction. And it's got the 3 presets, which you've just seen. Okay, you can go from A to B to C. You can change those at any time. And it's got AI tracking. Now, so at this point, that I'm going to do a live demonstration. Okay, so if you're still watching me, thank you. I'm going to do a live demonstration. I'm going to go to the software, and I'm going to press a button. And hopefully, this will work. I'm hoping it works. I think it will. Okay, the Oldsworth Tiny has built-in AI tracking, which means that the camera can actually follow you as you move around. So as I move around my office, the camera is actually following me. Now, we said a moment ago that the Oldsworth 4K is an ideal conference camera, and it is, because basically, if you put the Oldsworth 4K, if you remember, just imagine a conference table with 7 people around it. Put the Oldsworth 4K in the center, and the person with the software can actually go from speaker 1 to speaker 2 around the table and show them on camera whilst they're speaking. The microphone in the Oldsworth is omnidirectional, so it can sit in the middle of the table, and as people speak, it will hear everybody. It will hear all the conversations. So this is an ideal conference camera. And if you're broadcasting it to Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, a live conference, then you can do it using this camera. It's basically the most fun you can have with the camera, because normally when I'm presenting on Amazon Live, I'm actually sat down, which is okay, but it's good occasionally just to be able to stand up and to walk around and for the camera to actually track what you're doing. Now, my microphone is fixed. My microphone's the Elgato Wave 3 that's down the carousel. But when you stood up, you do have a different way of presenting. If I go here, yeah, then I can actually show you and demonstrate to you. Just give me a second. The Aftershocks earbuds. And it's a lot easier because I'm stood up. I can put the Aftershocks headphones on. And I know, I like blue stylish, okay? You can get any color you like. If you click link in the carousel, just find the Aftershocks and you click link in the carousel. Let's do that now. Just give me a moment just to show that things can be changed. Thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. We're talking now about the Aftershocks headphones. I just need to find them in my carousel. I've got them. Okay, so the Aftershocks headphones are $79.95. They're down in the carousel at the moment, and these are my favorite headphones. For why? They're waterproof. Okay, that's the first thing. And I live in the UK, and it rains a lot, so I know they work. They're great for walking, jogging, running, or cycling. They're outdoor headphones, made to be used outdoors. They are lightweight. Okay, I forget I'm wearing them. To be honest, I forget I'm wearing these headphones. Right, it's near the weekend, isn't it? Don't you give a sort of sigh when it's near the weekend? I mean, I'm 5 hours ahead of you in the UK. So once this broadcast is finished, that's my weekend starting. And it's currently, as I said, 70 degrees here. So after this, I'm going to sit out in the garden. And well, you've seen my garden. So I'm going to sit outside. Right, so back to these. They are over the ear. They're not in your ear. So they're not going to irritate you at all. And because it's headphones rather than earbuds, you're not going to lose them. The sound doesn't come through your ear canal. It's conducted through your skull. So these are bone conducting headphones. Now, the sound quality isn't hi-fi, but you're out and about running, walking, jogging, and cycling. It is good enough. The sound quality is good. Okay, so you can actually go out. Right. Next thing is that these headphones are safety features. I have safety features because whilst you're wearing them, you can talk to the person next to you and you can hear them. You can hear the traffic moving around you. You can hear the silent cyclist coming up behind. Yeah, you can hear everything and you can change your attention from listening to your favorite Amazon Music or your favorite podcast to the person next to you or to watching the traffic. They're high quality. You can take and make phone calls. They've got voice dial on them. You've got controls, which are on the earbuds themselves. All in all, a brilliant piece of engineering from Aftershocks. I was fortunate to be in Farnborough a couple of weeks ago at an exhibition, and Aftershocks were there, and the range is totally amazing. If you want to find out what the range is, just click the link down in the carousel, and you'll find out the full range of Aftershocks headphones. And you'll find you can get different colors. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to the camera in a second and go here. And whilst the camera is going back to the desktop, I'm going to come back to and okay. And I am going to hang on. Wait a minute. I'm going to come back. Okay, so I'm back and we're now on the Logitech Brio camera, but the Obspots are wonderful cameras. I've got two of them. I bought the first Oldsworth back in January, and that's the 1080p, and you've just been watching the 4K. Both have similar features. It's just that the 4K camera has 4K resolution and 4x zoom. And I can prove that to you if I go here and bring the 4K camera up, and I go to outside into the garden. So this is a live feed from my neighbour's garden, being honest. You can see washing on the line. And you may see the odd bird or butterfly flying by because this is live. But what I can show you is that this camera has 4x zoom. So I can zoom out. Yeah, and you can see you're actually looking through my office window. Yeah, and then zoom back in. You've got great control over the camera, and come back to me. It is the most fun I've had with a camera. It is great control. 3 presets, 4x zoom, broadcasting 4K to YouTube, everything that you could want in a camera. It's not, well, what I can do, if I go here, okay, I just want to switch this camera on. If I go here, the camera on the left is the Logitech Brio. Camera on the right is the Oldsworth 4K. Now I've got 2 cameras, 1 microphone. That's how this is actually working. I can stop sharing now. I've got 2 cameras and 1 microphone. Now, the advantage the Oldsworth has, both are 4K cameras, both broadcast to YouTube, but the Oldsworth difference is this, which I just demonstrated. And just watch what the Brio camera does and what the Oldsworth Tiny camera does. Okay, as I stand up and I go over here, the Oldsworth camera still knows exactly where I am. And as I move around, the Oldsworth camera will track me and keep my face in picture. Whereas the Brio camera is static, it doesn't move. This is the Oldsworth advantage. It does track your face as you move around, which means that you're never off camera. With the Brio, if I go away from my seat in front of the computer, it's lost me. It doesn't know what I'm doing. I'm still here. Hello. But the Oldsworth has not lost me at all. It's still got me featured. So that's the difference. And that's a graphic demonstration of the difference between the Brio and the Oldsworth and what capabilities they have. Now, the Oldsworth's going to lose me for a second, but I'm going to come back right now. Okay. So we're back. Right, let's go over here and go full screen. Okay, so those are the items that we've been looking at today. You have been watching me. I can switch this back on now. I'm going to shrink in a minute. This is magical. I'm going to shrink. You can watch me shrink. Okay. I am in Wiltshire in England. This is the Quartz Garden where Angelica and I visited 2 weeks ago. I showed you a video about the Quartz Garden. This is Durham Park in Gloucester, which is a deer park. And this is the sort of things that I do at weekend, and I actually take video of where we are. This is the Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol. And I'm not sure where this is. Okay. This is a beach scene anywhere in the world. You probably know where this is. Okay. This, of course, is Vegas. As we go through the shots. This is one of my favorite backgrounds because, yeah, it just works. I could go to the office. Okay, I can present from the office, and thank you to my friend Brigitte Limbanda for actually creating this. And of course, I can remind you that I'm close to London in the UK. I am one of 6 English broadcasters and proud to be so. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me today and spending time with me. I wish you, well, enjoy the rest of your day. Have an amazing weekend. I'm back on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern with my good friend Nick Wood. This has been Stephen, live from Wiltshire, England. Take care, and I hope to see you all again soon. Goodbye for now. That's a wrap. Bye.